Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, distinct tripe soup. So as I show you how to make this delicious, rich and hearty soup, please sit back, relax with a cup of tea in hand, putting your feet up to, and enjoy this episode. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Inquiries into the past have often shown how resourceful people were, especially with regards to food. And with this in mind, we've decided to share a humble, warming and hearty dish which has been passed on from generation to generation. This, my dear viewers, is a tripe soup, and without a doubt, in terms of texture and flavour, will be a distinctly delicious experience for those whom have never had it before. And in this episode, simply and cheaply, we'll be preparing and sharing this dish with you, for we believe it is far too good to keep for ourselves. So now, with the introductions made and your interest peaking, please allow me to introduce the ingredients to you. For today's Brilliantly British tripe soup, you will need some peppercorns, some good quality beef stock, some white wine, bay leaves, celery, onions, carrots, and the star of this dish, some honeycomb tripe, followed by a pinch or two of salt to avoid the occurrence of bland food. So, with all that being said, before you get started, before you do anything at all, please, like I say always, switch on your kettle, brew yourself a nice cup of hot tea so that you can sip on that whilst you cook. To begin making this humble yet delicious soup, first soak your tripe in cold water for at least an hour, running your hands and fingers through to expose, rinse and loosen the tripe. After which you'll then want to slice your uncooked tripe into 1 to 2 centimeter thick strips, bearing in mind that the forthcoming steps will cause them to shrink. With the tripe prepped, proceed by setting a deep, wide-bottomed pan coated with oil over a high heat before beginning to fry your tripe, seasoned with a generous pinch of salt in order to hasten the frying step. The intention here is to dry the tripe, intensify its distinct flavour, and develop a light fond at the bottom of the pan, which should take around 30 minutes and require you to stir occasionally. Nevertheless, when ready, the tripe will have shrunk, become crunchy, and will have developed a light brown colour, which should then be removed and momentarily set to one side. With the pan now over a medium heat, oil your pan and begin to simmer diced onions, celery, and carrots, accompanied by a much welcomed splash of white wine, helping to deglaze, followed by some bay leaves, whole peppercorns, and a pinch or two of salt, stirring thereafter before allowing the contents to simmer under a lid for 5 to 10 minutes. After allowing the vegetables to cook, recall and turn in your tripe, followed by a deluge of rich beef stock, at which point the heat should then be reduced to a medium-low intensity, leaving the contents to simmer unattended for 2 to 3 hours or until the tripe tenderizes, having the texture when ready of perfectly cooked calamari or squid. To serve, quickly saute roughly chopped vegetables until al dente, laying them first in a bowl, topping them with your tender strips of tripe before partially submerging in your rich, flavourful broth. And now, with a steaming hot bowl of soup made, and your appetites peaking, I think it's high time for tasting! 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 Are you ready? Are you steady? 3, 2, 1. One thing's for sure, the flavour of this soup is of course distinct. It's based around tripe, and I urge you to give this soup a try, especially following the recipe that we've now shared with you, because the recipe really does highlight the flavour of the tripe. And with the fresh vegetables, you've got the herbs in there, you've got the broth in the background, everything is well balanced and it's delicious. The tripe itself, for those of you who have never tried it, once it's cooked, it's delicate in texture, almost think of it like squid. think of it like squid in terms of the way it feels in the mouth, and it's got a bite to it as well. It's not overcooked. It can actually be overcooked and then it just dissolves in there, but it's fantastic. It's distinct, and it's something for sure many of you watching this won't have had before. So I urge you to give it a chance. And of course, look, don't ever have soup without a nice piece of crusty buttered bread. This is brilliant. This is brilliantly British. When time allows, please, please, please make this soup, please. Thank you all for allowing me to show you how to make a delicious tripe soup. Knowing that you loved this episode, don't forget to click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you don't miss any of our new releases. Tell everyone you know, and I mean everyone that you know, about the Brilliantly British food on this channel, and follow us on all of the social media platforms that this channel is on, and I will see you